Thank you. It is National Stress Awareness Day. I don't know if you were aware of that. Today on social media, we're asking, how do you relieve stress? At work, a big group of us are going for a walk over lunch today to try to help out. Look forward to that. Join us on Facebook at Morning Blend Omaha. We're also on Twitter at OMA Morning Blend.
I'm just going to try to get off this set. That's how to relieve some of my stress. Omaha has something in common with Des Moines, Richmond, Virginia, Seattle, Detroit, Chicago, Raleigh, Durham. Yeah, all those things. They're all brand new Head for the Cure sites, bringing the total to 15.
Since 2003, the foundation behind the 5K has raised $3 million for brain cancer research.
Matt Menlick is one of the guys behind the local event. Good morning, Matt. How are you?
Nice to have you here.
Great to be here. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. So why is this cause important to you?
Well, in 2008, I was finishing my radiology residency, and I had some pretty bad headaches, and it ended up not being just lack of caffeine and sleep. I ended up having a brain tumor. And this is important to me because...
What was that diagnosis like? I guess, what were you thinking when you got word of that?
Well, and especially being in the line of work you are.
Well, as being a physician in brain cancer, it's devastating because it's deadly. Not very many people survive past 5 years. And I have 2 young kids and a wonderful wife, and so it was just, I was just finishing my residency, getting ready to start my life, and all of a sudden I thought, oh my gosh, my life's going to end here. So it was very difficult.
So this conversation about research, which is where money raised through this event goes, was it research that helped you survive? Because now you're 6 years out.
Right. The stuff that's going on now is mostly about the future, because some of the treatments we have are effective, but they're not cures.
Yeah.
They're just kind of keeping things at bay. And so what we're doing now is trying to make it better so we get cures for it. And so that's what's going on with Head for the Cure. The money goes for the brain tumor collaborative trials, and that's in Houston, MD Anderson, Houston. And 23 hospitals participate in clinical trials trying to make it better.
And how Omaha got added to that list? Talk about that effort, bringing it to Omaha.
Well, it started in Kansas City, and I know they're picking towns selectively on where they think they can get a good draw. And thus far, I think we already have 300 people signed up to run, which is great. We'd love to try to boost that a little bit higher.
And I know last year was a record-setting year at some of the other sites, including KC.
Yeah, KC is over 5,000. It's a huge event.
That's great. Well, we'd love to see Omaha do as well. Maybe this is the first time you're hearing about this event, and that's one of the reasons we wanted you to be here, was so that we could get the word out. How much money do you think you can raise in this inaugural year?
I think it's kind of hard to say. I don't have a set number, but I just know the more people that come and see people surviving and get inspired by it, I think we can be successful at it.
We've got a lot of runners. We've got a lot of people who like to take part in these events. Let's get back to the 5K a little bit. What's the route? Is it mostly for serious runners, or do you have a lot of walkers in there as well?
It is a mix of everything. There are some survivors that just can only walk. Some runners run as fast as they can, and that's what I do.
You're a runner?
You go for it, huh?
Yeah, so it's a total mix. People walk, kids, strollers.
And as we're looking at this video, this is from other cities, since it's the first year for Omaha, but I'm noticing this very supportive vibe between the posters and the relatives. Is that part of it too, that support system is so strong when it comes to brain cancer diagnosis?
Absolutely. Because it is so devastating, everyone does come together, and it's powerful to see the people surviving come. And what's neat about Head for the Cure is they always they pick a few people and they tell their stories before the race, and so you kind of have that on your mindset.
Will you tell your story at the race this year, or are you more of an organizational guy?
Yeah, I'm more organizational, just getting people out.
But for people that are familiar with your story, how are you doing now?
I'm very lucky. I had my surgery and radiation in 2008, and the chemo until 2009. And I've had no changes since my surgery.
That's wonderful.
That's great.
So, very, very lucky.
Fantastic.
The website for this event is headforthecure.org. Don't be overwhelmed when you get there. It's a great looking website. You'll see a lot about other cities. Omaha's event is April 27th. The Lewis and Clark Landing is sort of the gathering, the hub for this. The race will begin that morning. The Kids Fun Run about an hour after the race. There's also information on Facebook if you'd rather go the social media route and skip the website, that's fine. Is there a preferred way to register for those who'd like, and listen, not just for yourself, but get a team together. Get as many people there as possible. What do you recommend for registration, Matt?
Headforthecure.org is the website I use, and it's pretty user-friendly. I would go
Perfect.
there.
Easy
Thank you
to
for
do.
being here.
Headforthecure.org. Matt, yeah, and thanks for sharing your story.
And we're
as
glad
well.
you're doing so well.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank
All right.
you.
Later in the show, would you describe yourself as trusting? What researchers have learned about the link between trust and intelligence?
I might as well be a Mensa member in this
Right,
case.
yeah.
First, a smart cookie when it comes to cars. Brian Moody will reveal which models are worth a test drive this year.
I'm too trusting, Jack.